Hello, folks. Welcome to the Mindset Artistry Podcast. I'm your host, Paolo. Thank you for joining. This is episode number 21. Thank you for joining the Mindset Movement. Today's episode is about you snooze, you lose. Okay, we're going to talk about one of everyone's favorite things to do in life, and hitting that snooze button, right? When you have to wake up in the morning, you set that alarm. There is an option on your phone or that alarm that you can hit snooze, and when you do that, it will, give you a little bit more time and then go back off again. Some people actually will do it even differently. They'll have multiple alarms set, and I used to do this. And maybe you have one alarm set for the time that you want to wake up, you have another one set for 10 minutes later or 20 or half hour later, whatever it is. But long story short, hitting snooze is something that unfortunately most people do in the morning. Okay, you have that alarm clock, it's supposed to go off at a certain time that you want to get up, and I emphasize that you want to get up. You told yourself that this is the time that I want to get up every morning, and then you hit snooze. But when you snooze, you lose. You really do, because the first thing that comes to mind with this is you are completely setting yourself up for failure when you hit snooze. And it's plain and simple. It's very easy. The simplest way to look at it is, obviously, you're waking up later than you want it to, right? So whatever time you set that alarm for and you hit snooze, now you are already behind. You're putting yourself behind the eight ball. You're waking up later than you want it to. That gives you less time to get done what you want to get done. Okay, look, we sleep a third of our life is what they say. All right, so don't add to it. You don't need to. Okay, because when you wake up later than you were supposed to, you are putting yourself behind. You're not giving yourself enough time. You're going to be in a rush. You're going to be living in chaos. You're going to be forgetting things. You're going to be putting yourself in a worse situation than you would be if you just got up at the right time that you wanted to. Okay, so you are setting yourself up for failure when you hit that snooze button. But it's deeper than that. Not only are you already losing this extra time that you would have had, but you're also telling your subconscious mind that you have lost that battle in the morning. Okay, you set that alarm, you had a time that you wanted to get up, you hit snooze or turn the alarm off or whatever you did, and now you started the day with a huge loss. Okay, because this thing can trickle now, right? Whatever else goes on in the day now, there's a better, higher propensity of you cutting corners on that as well, not doing it the right way. I always like to say, how you do something is how you do everything. So if you start the day off already with a huge loss there, and then now you're going into what I said originally, where you have less time, you're busy, you're chaotic, you're rushing around, you're forgetting things, you're rushing to work, you're driving like crazy, you forgot something at home. So these things just spiral out of control very, very, very quickly. Okay, so you could just see how the rest of your day isn't going to go great, right? Because you messed it up, you woke up later, you have less time, you told yourself that, hey, you know what, I set my alarm, but you know what, it just doesn't matter enough to me for me to wake up at this time. So yeah, I'm going to start my day with this loss. I'm probably going to do more things like this throughout the day. I'm going to cut corners. I'm not going to do it the right way. And that's a bad way to live. At the end of the day, you snooze, you lose. Like, you do not want to start the day off that way. It's much better to start the day off doing it the right way. Starting the day off knowing, like, hey, I'm setting the alarm for this time. I'm getting up. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what my situation is. Doesn't matter how tired I am. It doesn't matter how good the bed feels. Like, look right now, like we're going through season changes here, and we're going into the fall season. It's a little bit colder out now. You feel a little bit more warmer and snugger in bed, and then, this feels great. I don't want to get up. Yeah, I'm going to rest a little bit. It feels so good in here. It's nice and warm and cozy. That's bullshit, okay? Like, that is recipe for disaster. That alarm goes off, you have to get up, you have to forget about all that other stuff, forget about how comfortable your bed is, get up, get out of bed, and you will thank yourself later, because now you are right on track, you're right ahead of schedule, doing everything that you want to do, you're not rushing around, you're not starting the day off with a loss, and that's not going to spiral and trickle down to the whole rest of your day, where you're just going to make all these other mistakes, cut corners, not do things the right way. Snooze, you lose. You're setting yourself up for failure when you do it this way. It goes even deeper than that though, because that's the, I guess, like micro version of that. But the macro version of this is you are breaking agreements with yourself. Okay. For whatever reason you had, set that in your mind that you needed to get up at that certain time, whether that's every day during the week, whether it's just that day because you needed to get some more stuff done, whatever it is, you made an agreement. You made an agreement with tomorrow, I'm going to wake up at 4 a.m. Okay. And when you break that agreement, what you're doing is you are telling yourself, your subconscious mind, that what you wanted to do just wasn't important enough for you. That your goals just aren't important enough to you or for you. When you break that agreement with yourself, now all of a sudden your subconscious mind thinks like, hey, look, I told myself I want to start waking up at 4 a.m., give myself a little bit more time in the day so I'm not, rushing around, or hey, maybe I need to wake up a little bit earlier so I can get a workout in, or, maybe just get some responsibility done around the house, some chores, so you're not piling up on you. When you hit snooze, when you break that agreement, when you wake up later now, you're telling yourself that whatever those goals were just aren't important enough to you, okay? So if you already start the day off that way, if you already tell yourself that those goals that you set for yourself or whatever your responsibilities are or whatever those things are that you have to do just aren't important enough to you, that you're going to sleep on them, then why would anything else that you do trying to accomplish those goals be done the right way? Because you already told yourself that it's not important enough to you. You already told yourself that those goals, those dreams, those aspirations, those accomplishments, those tasks, those things that you need to do, they're just not important enough. So I'm gonna stay in bed for 10 minutes later, a half hour later, because this bed feels so good. It's so cozy in here. I'm so tired. I went to bed too late last night, yada, 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 yada. Excuse after excuse after excuse. And when you do that, you break those agreements to yourself. Again, you will lose. You will fail. You cannot accomplish great things. You cannot get done the things that you want to. You cannot hit your targets. You cannot hit your goals if you can't even trust yourself to wake up at the time that you told yourself you're going to wake up. It is so simple. All that other stuff, all that stuff that you're sitting there negotiating with yourself, telling yourself like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow, or oh, it's okay, I'll just stay up a little bit later tonight, or oh, I'm going to start next week, or who cares? What's another 15 minutes? Like all those negotiations that you're doing with yourself, you're lying to yourself, okay? You are negotiating your success, your goals, your targets, and you do not want to do that for something as simplistic as just getting up when you agreed to yourself that you were going to get up. Like this is such a big thing. I noticed that in my life, once I made that change, once I kept that agreement with myself, I don't even think twice when that alarm goes off now. That alarm goes off at 4 a.m. during the week, every day, and I get out of bed. It has nothing to do with anything else that's going on in my life, okay? Once you make that agreement, it's not negotiable. You cannot change it. You need to get up. You need to get up and do what you have to do, plain and simple. Don't make this agreement with yourself. Don't tell yourself that you're going to do it. Don't cap your head up. Don't do all these, these psychological mind games that I'm going to get up and start doing this and it's going to make everything right. I'm going to get done everything that I want to do, because, you're just making it worse on yourself. Just don't even try it. Don't even start to do it if you're not fully invested into actually doing this, because going back to what I was saying before, it's setting yourself up for failure, but it kills your confidence. You told yourself that you wanted to do this. Maybe you wrote down some things that you wanted to accomplish, some goals. And one of those was, I need to wake up earlier so I can get this stuff done. You're going to kill your confidence. You're going to kill whatever momentum that you have, because now you don't believe in yourself anymore. Once you break that agreement, once you don't trust yourself anymore, once you say, oh yeah, I say this all the time, I'm going to wake up early, and then I never do. I keep hitting snooze. You're going to stop trusting yourself. You're not going to look to yourself as that, hey, you can get it done. And you won't. And you're right. You're 1000% right that if you don't trust yourself to actually do it, you're not going to. If you broke those agreements so many times and you just won't stick with it and refuse to, and you make excuses and you negotiate with yourself constantly, that you're going to do it later or do this or change it around, there's no clause in this agreement. Like, there's no, I'm going to edit this agreement. If it has to be whatever it is, and you set it in stone, you get it done. So if you say you're going to wake up at a certain time, you wake up. That's it. It's not negotiable. Because if you keep breaking that and you keep putting it off, and you're just not going to trust yourself, and you're setting yourself up for failure, and you will never get it done. You're never going to change. The only way you do it is you actually just get up. Okay? There's no, people ask me, oh, how do you get up at 4 a.m.? I get up. Like, that's it. I can't believe you get up so early, 4 a.m. every day. Oh my God. I try every once in a while. No, it's bullshit. You just don't want it enough. You don't want it enough. It's not important enough for you to actually do it, or you would. Okay? If someone, grabbed one of your loved ones, kidnapped them, and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to kill this person tomorrow unless you get up at 4 a.m. tomorrow. If you get up at 4 a.m., I let them go. You're done. It's all good. You get them back. No harm, no foul. You're fine. But if you don't get up at 4 a.m. tomorrow, I'm killing this person. I'm killing your loved one. You'd fucking get up at 2 a.m. and stay up the whole time. Okay? So, don't give me that shit that you can't do it. It's just not important enough to you. If there was a reason for you to do it and it meant that much to you, you would do it. Okay? So stop it. Stop with the BS. Stop making excuses. Stop negotiating with yourself. If you really want to do it, do it. And stop looking to other people and saying, oh, how do you do this? What's your advice? What should I do? You got to do it. Okay, that's it. Look, this is so important. I love getting up early. Reason being is I'm ahead of the game. I'm up earlier before other people are. I'm getting stuff done before other people are. I am unbothered. No one is interrupting me. No one is pulling me in other directions to do other things. I am completely 100% selfishly focused on myself, my goals, what I need to do. And look, that may be because I need to help other people or do things for other people, but I need that time for me to make sure that I get it done. I need that time for me unbothered so that I can get it done. And for me, waking up early is the way to do that. Okay? Now, I am going to tell you that this does come with some sacrifice. Okay? Look, they say the average person should get about 8 hours of sleep. I've teetered around 7, 8. Okay? Years past, I used to only sleep 5 hours, 6 hours, but I would stay up a lot later. So there's a trade-off, especially at my age. I'm 45 years old. When you're younger, you can play with these numbers a little bit more. When you're younger, you don't need as much sleep, as much as it is still important. And there's plenty of studies on this. But when you get my age, when you get 45 years old, the more sleep closer to that 8-hour mark that you can get, you will be better off. You'll be better off cognitively. You will have less stress. You will be calmer. You'll be more relaxed. You'll be more recharged. It's healing your body. If you're, doing physical things, manual labor or working out, whatever, getting that amount of sleep is way better for your body to heal, for your muscle growth, whatever. Even, your immune system too. Like if your body's overworked, if you're not getting enough sleep, your immune system will suffer. You will get sicker. You will have problems. So sleep is super important. Okay. So you got to make sure that if you make that agreement, like, hey, yeah, I'm going to start getting up earlier, or at a time like I'm talking about at 4 a.m., you're going to need to go to sleep at a reasonable time. Okay. I'm usually starting to pack it in at about 8 o'clock every night. Okay. I'm getting ready to go to bed by 8 o'clock. There's times when I'm really tired and I might go to bed at 7:30. Okay. But if you're going to make that choice to get up earlier, the trade-off is you're going to need to go to bed earlier. If you try to stay up till midnight or 1 o'clock and then try to get up at 1, that you're not going to do it. Okay. 3 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep just isn't enough. So know that if you're going to make that decision that you're going to start waking up earlier, you're going to have to subtract some hours from how long you stay up. Okay. So you have to know that. Okay. And also, just be careful what you're doing before you go to sleep. Don't eat a big, huge meal before you go to sleep, because your digestive system, it's going to be really hard to get comfortable. You're going to be full. full. That's not a great way to go to sleep, right? Careful what you're doing before you go to sleep. Like, put that damn phone down an hour before you start going to sleep, because if you're sitting there looking at your screen, watching stuff before you go to bed, that stuff's going to recycle through your subconscious mind, and whatever it is that you just watched, and it probably is some drama or some chaos or some negative stuff, that's going to go through your brain while you're sleeping, and you don't want that either. So you want good, peaceful sleep, and a way to do that is to make sure that your mind is at ease and a good, positive mindset before you're going to sleep, and that will give you better sleep. Not having a full stomach, and then also, like, push yourself during the day. Push yourself to the point where you should be tired. Because I know a lot of people who do have insomnia and they have trouble going to sleep. Well, that's because you're not doing enough during the day. That's because you're not pushing yourself physically and mentally enough during the day, because you haven't accomplished enough during that day to even earn that sleep. And that's why you can't sleep. So your mind's racing with all these things that you need to do and you need to accomplish and things that you want to do to better your life, but you can't do it because you're not putting the work in during the day. And when you do that, it is a lot harder to go to sleep because you don't have that sense of accomplishment going into bed. So going to sleep with a good state of mind, knowing that you got done what you needed to do that day, knowing that you're on track, knowing that everything that you're saying you're actually doing, you're keeping those agreements to yourself, you're doing things the right way. That's a good way to go to sleep first. And going to sleep in total chaos. Okay. So those are some things that have actually helped me get up earlier, making sure I'm going to bed in a good place, in a good state of mind, and at a reasonable hour, so that I get that right amount of sleep, so I can wake up at 4 a.m. So I'm not like crazy tired when I wake up at 4 a.m. Super important. Do this. I've seen such positive changes in my life since I stopped, negotiating and setting multiple alarms and giving myself excuses and all this other BS. That alarm goes off at 4 a.m. I get up. Weekends, I don't set my alarm, but I'm still usually up by 5 o'clock. I'm up before other people. I'm getting done what I want to get done. It is such a great feeling. Okay. Look, some people's work may not permit that. Some people might work night shifts. They might have to come home later. I get that. So this podcast really isn't going to make a whole lot of sense to you. I'm not talking to you in this podcast, but for the people who do have morning work hours, getting up earlier, doing the right things before you go to bed, getting up earlier, setting yourself up for success versus setting yourself up for failure will get you there. It will make you happier. It will make you more successful. It will make you hit your goals. It will make you hit your targets. It will make you accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. Try it out, but make that agreement. Once you make that agreement, you don't break it. You do it. Stop making excuses. Do it. Wake up. Snooze, you lose. You don't want to lose, so stop snoozing. See you all next week. Thank you.